Maybe you're having trouble printing your documents for some reason, and you suspect this image. This image, maybe it's corrupted and it's causing you print problems, and you'd like to turn it off temporarily to see if that helps your printing. Or maybe you've included an object in your document page that you want to see on your screen but not in print. Well, in either case, you're in luck, because InDesign lets you make any object on your page non-printing, and this feature lives in the Attribute panel, which you can find under the Window menu. Simply select the object, open the Attributes panel, and turn on non-printing. Now this object won't print, and it won't be exported in PDF files or EPS files or anything like that. Here's another way to make non-printing objects. Go to the Layers panel, choose New Layer from the Flyout menu, give it a name, I'll call it Don't Print Me, and turn off the Print Layer checkbox. Now it's a non-printing layer. Click OK, and you'll notice that non-printing layers appear in italic in the Layers panel, just as a visual cue that this is something different. This is a non-printing layer. If I choose a couple of these objects on my page and drag them up onto the non-printing layer, you will see that they are now non-printing. Well, actually, you can't see that they're non-printing right now, but if you go into preview mode, you can. I'll press W to jump into preview mode, and you'll see that all the non-printing objects on my page, the guides disappear, the non-printing objects, things that have the non-printing attribute disappear, and anything on non-printing layers disappears. So preview mode is a great way to get a sense of what will print and what won't print. I'll jump out of preview mode. You could press W or choose normal from the preview submenu at the bottom of the tool panel, and the images and the text appear again. Let me show you one use that I make of non-printing objects. Sometimes I just want to leave myself a little note, so I'll switch to the Type tool by pressing T. I'll draw out a frame here, and I'll type myself a note. Don't forget to spell check this file. I've already created a note paragraph style in this document, and I can apply that by pressing Command Return on Mac or Control Return on Windows. That opens the Quick Apply panel, as you know, and I'll type Note here. Then I'll hit Return or Enter, and it applies that style. That's just a little faster than having to open the Paragraph Styles panel. Great, now I've got my note in a big size so I can see it easily. I might as well select this object and open the color panel, and I'm going to use a nice light yellow on this. And you know why I choose yellow? Because it looks kind of like a post-it note. That's all. It just kind of looks like a post-it note, and it stands out easily on my page. Now, it's currently on a non-printing layer, but just in case it wasn't, I'm going to also turn on non-printing, because every now and again these objects might migrate accidentally to another layer if I dragged it onto the wrong layer or copied and pasted it or something. So I'm going to turn on non-printing just in case. And since I'm going to be making more than one of these objects, I might as well turn it into an object style. So in the Object Styles panel, I'll say give me a new object style, and I'm going to call this a note frame. I'm going to make sure that Apply Style to Selection is turned on so that this style will automatically get applied to the object that is currently selected on the page. And I might as well give this a drop shadow just to make it a little bit more 3D effect. And I'll go to the Paragraph Styles pane. I'll make sure that's turned on because I want to make sure that whenever I apply this object style, it automatically assigns the note style to the text inside the frame. Great. I'll click OK. It applies it. I've got my drop shadow. That's kind of cool. Now, next time I want a note on my page, I just come up here and I can say, hey, check this out. And all I do is go to the object style and click on Note Frame, and boom, I've got the paragraph style. I've made it look like a post-it note on my page with drop shadow, and it's non-printing. So if I go into preview mode by pressing W, I can see that they disappear. They're not here, but they are here. Note that you can actually set the non-printing status for an image inside the frame. That is, if I use the Direct Select tool, and I'll double-click to switch to the Direct Select tool, and click on the image, I can set the non-printing status of this image using the Attributes panel separately from the frame. So the image won't print, but the frame will. In fact, if you're opening QuarkXPress documents inside InDesign, check the non-printing status of all your images carefully. I've heard of a bug in which some images inside some Express files mistakenly get non-printing turned on. Not the frame, but the image inside the frame. It's rare, but it is something to watch out for.